Hey, flip a coin. Now obviously there are two options you can choose. Heads or tails. But you already knew this. Now, knowing this information, how do you choose the correct outcome? How do you know which is the right outcome? Is there a right outcome? Every coin has two sides. There's no coin on earth with more than two sides or less than two sides. In life, we always have a choice. The freedom of choice. Either or, this or that, heads or tails. Now back to my original question. How do we know what the right outcome is? How do we know if the choices we make now are the correct ones for the future? How do we know if the people we choose to be are the people we want to be? How do we know if we've made the right choice? Do we strive to reach the top of a hypothetical mountain, calculating every ambitious step as we bustle through the traffic of our own lives, waiting patiently for opportunities, knowing we have safety in numbers, but not knowing of the loneliness that awaits us at the summit? Or do we frolic in our whimsy, to dance while we still have feet, to taste while we still have tongues, to not know where life takes us while sitting in the passenger seat, enjoying the music they decide to play, relishing the company along the way, knowing very well that we could crash at any moment? Do we spoil ourselves with luxury, enjoy life's finest offers, ascending to higher levels of success and wealth, rockets that shoot for the moon and lie comfortably upon the clouds, being serenaded with the voices of angels until we ask ourselves, now what? Or do we make the ground our home, appreciating all that it offers, a part of a whole bigger than ourselves, to laze on half-baked sand, breathing the breath of the sea, occasionally looking up to see kites fading away into clouds that we'll probably never know? Do we grovel before gravitas and grandeur, commemorate the commendations of the past as we stand commanding and complicit on the history we have so skeptically sculpted for it to eventually have an ostracized Ozymandias outcome? Or do we sprint towards modernity, propelling progress through production, catapulting us quicker than consequences can catch up to us, while forgetting the frequent failures of our forefathers? Do we seek discomfort, to explore the world as we know it, taking in different cultures along the way, different people, different smiles as we exert exuberant energy, extrovertedly like an exothermic experiment about to explode exponentially? Or do we seek comfort, to embrace our imperfections as we self-reflect and self-contemplate on what it truly means to be happy, impervious to the imperfections of an inefficient introvert as we inadvertently inspect as he implodes in on himself? Do we envy the big shot with the penthouse, but no time to use it? Or do we envy the fisherman who gets to watch the sun bathe in the sea every day? You see, the thing is, our whole approach to the problem is flawed. We're not binary as two sides of a coin. We aren't 50-50. We aren't heads or tails. We are a percentage. We are colors mixed in different proportions, different ratios, forming hues and values all across a spectrum. Red and blue will always mix to form purple, but the shade depends upon how much you use. We're all different shades, unique from one another, but all called under a certain name. Or maybe we are coins, forever tossing and turning between opposing voices until we can't turn anymore. This doesn't help us. This just makes it more confusing with all these choices. How does anyone choose what they want? What does anybody want? What do I want? I don't know. And maybe that's okay.